When I joined the army, many people find this hard to believe, but I really didn't understand when I joined the army that actually the army was a fighting machine, and you signed up for the Queen Shilling in order to protect the country and its natural interests, even if it meant laying down your life. I didn't understand that. What I thought I was joining was a institution that trains you to have a trade, to play sports, to meet lots of people from all over, and in the extreme emergencies, protect the homeland. So I had a concept that as a soldier, if someone attacked us, I would protect the homeland. But I didn't realise that by protecting the homeland, you actually often go overseas. Even though throughout my time as a soldier, it wasn't a war, but the Northern Ireland conflict was going on, and we know it wasn't a war, but certain soldiers died, and there was active service if you went to Ireland. Even that was going on, I didn't understand about them. The first time I knew was when General Galtieri and Argentines took over the Falklands, and the Conservative government of the day had decided that we were going to protect our national interests and send the military down to remove Galtieri. And I remember one day being called on camp. The whole regiment was called onto camp, and Colonel Woolley called all the camp and said on a Friday, and said that we were confined to barracks. None of the married people could go to their houses. You need to phone up your partners. That we were getting ready to go to go out to the Falklands on that Monday, and it was just surreal. And I remember walking around camp. You know, there's something called SOPI 7 drill, Standard Operation Procedure 7 drill, which is basically a drill where you download your dog tag, and your dog tag's got your blood group and all your number and that stuff, and you go and get your weapons, and you check out your weapons, and you go and get your NBC kit, and you get your morphine pack and all that sort of stuff, and you pack your stuff ready to go to war. And that became very, very real to me. And then I remember having to go, we were in Bulford, and my missus was in Germany, so I had to go to the post office, and I had to write, you get special letters, and write a letter to my missus and let her know what was going on. And I remember going to the post office and looking around thinking, gosh, this could be the last time I see the post office. And the grass was green. You know, we live in a great country. We've got 4 phenomenal seasons, and it was just the spring season, and the grass was green, and the smells were coming off the trees, and it was very, very vivid Wiltshire smell come off the trees and the grass, and everything just come really alive. You know, and I realised that maybe I'll be seeing this for the last time. And there was a 48-hour period there where everything I was doing was for the last time, going into the canteen and getting our food. Anyway, Monday comes, 8 o'clock. We'd all been stuck in camp, pulled onto the Pride Square, and what I want to say is I didn't want to go to war, but I'd been trained sufficiently over that 6 years to know that no worries, I was going to war. And I'd be proud to represent my country and die for my country, even though it's not what I wanted to do, but I was going to do it. He called us onto the Parade Square, and his first words, or the first words that I heard were, "It's real bad news." For me, my heart sunk. It's real bad news. One PWO have not been selected to go to Falklands. The Scots Dragoon Guards are going instead. I was just so ecstatic. Now, I'm on parade. I'm a sergeant, so I am behaving myself. But I'll tell you what, I could have been doing backflips. I was ecstatic. But the rest of the soldiers were gutted. And all I remember all that day was them talking about how upset they were that they weren't going to get an opportunity to do active service, that they weren't going to get an opportunity to put into practice all that they'd learned. And these infantrymen really wanted to go to serve their country and maybe pay the ultimate sacrifice. And I learned a lot about myself. And I knew that I had to make, that if I was going to stay in the army, no more pretending that it's not about going to war. But these people...